that I am not freezing. I hold the silence that is loudly speaking. The ceramic sits upon the wooden frame. The dark liquid no longer holds the steam. It lost the fire, it lost the burning flame. It rests within the quiet of the dream. I trace the rim with heavy calloused skin. No urgency to take another sip. The room is empty yet the world begins, without a word escaping from my lip. The stillness of morning inside a cold cup. The gravity pulls without making a sound. I do not look down, I do not look up. The lost things are finally quietly found. Quietly found. The boiling days have settled in the dust. The bitter taste replaced by something mild. I leave the spoon to gather heavy rust. The angry storm is sleeping like a child. I trace the rim with heavy calloused skin. No urgency to take another sip. The room is empty yet the world begins, without a word escaping from my lip. The stillness of morning inside a cold cup. The gravity pulls without making a sound. I do not look down, I do not look up. The lost things are finally quietly found. To lose the warmth is not to be left cold. The room is filled by emptying the space. I read the lines of stories growing old, and find the comfort in the slowest pace. The daylight creeps across the quiet floor. It touches ceramic, it touches my hand. I leave the key inside the open door. I finally surrender. I finally understand the stillness of morning inside a cold cup. The gravity pulls without making a sound. I do not look down, I do not look up. The lost things are finally quietly found. No heat, no rush. A steady line. The cold is kind. The stillness mine. water rises, the fabric sinks. The heavy cotton soaks within the pail. The dark oil loosens from the woven thread. The fiber opens quiet and so frail. The heavy days are sleeping in the bed. I push the cloth beneath the water's line. The gray spreads out and clouds the quiet pool. The grease and grit surrender their design. The afternoon is getting dark and cool. Fading stains surrender to the clear. The marks of heavy years begin to blur. They wash away and quietly disappear without a single movement, without a stir. Collar frayed where heavy sweat had been. The pockets torn from carrying the weight. The fibers softening the stiff routine. The iron rust surrenders to its fate. I push the cloth beneath the water's line. The gray spreads out and clouds the quiet pool. The grease and grit surrender their design. The afternoon is getting dark and cool. Fading stains surrender to the clear. The marks of heavy years begin to blur. They wash away and quietly disappear without a single movement, without a stir. The water drains and spirals to the deep. The cloth is hanging heavy on the line. It does not laugh, it does not try to weep. It simply dries against the fading pine. The wind moves through the empty, hollow sleeves. The fabric lightens in the evening air. I watch the falling of the autumn leaves. I sit alone upon the wooden chair. Fading stains surrender to the clear. The marks of heavy years begin to blur. They wash away and quietly disappear without a single movement, without a stir. The cloth is bare. The marks are gone. The wind blows through the yard alone. river whispered to the heavy rock and taught the granite how to finally yield. It used to have a sharp and jagged edge. It cut the hands of those who tried to hold. It sat unmoving on the highest ledge, a heavy anchor, arrogant and bold. But time came walking softly down the stream, and water wrapped its fingers round the stone. They smoothed the surface in a quiet dream and stripped away the anger to the bone. The weightless stone sits softly in the palm, stripped of its burden, stripped of all its dread. The rushing water leaves behind a calm, a quiet pillow for a heavy head. The river patient, never keeping score, it rolled the heavy boulder down the hill. Wash the sharp ambitions to the shore and left the quiet pebbles small and still. But time came walking softly down the stream, and water wrapped its fingers round the stone. They smoothed the surface in a quiet dream and stripped away the anger to the bone. The weightless stone sits softly in the palm, stripped of its burden, stripped of all its dread. The rushing water leaves behind a calm, a quiet pillow for a heavy head. The stone forgets the mountain where it stood. It only knows the softness of the sand. It leaves behind the dense and heavy wood to rest so lightly in an open hand. I hold it closely to my weary chest, the smooth perfection of the river's art. It tells me it is time to take a rest and drop the heavy boulder from my heart. The weightless stone sits softly in the palm, stripped of its burden, stripped of all its tread. The rushing water leaves behind a calm, a quiet pillow for a heavy head. Smooth and round, washed and gray, light as air, it floats away. guard the fragile bone, the map of years etched quietly in stone. I trace the ridges on my quiet hands, the heavy calluses that shield the nerve, a silent atlas of forgotten lands, where every muscle had a god to serve, the knuckles thickened by the winter frost. The fingertips have lost their tender touch, they only recognize the rough and hard. I do not feel the falling velvet much. The surface of the skin is deeply scarred, but underneath the blood continues slow. Lines on the palm, a river running dry, a trench carved deep by holding on too tight. They do not ask for answers or reply, they simply rest beneath the fading light, the quiet record of a heavy load. The left hand mirrors what the right has done, the grip of iron and the pull of wood. They faced the biting wind and burning sun, and stood their ground wherever they had stood. The joints complain in whispers in the dark, the fingertips have lost their tender touch, they only recognize the rough and hard. I do not feel the falling velvet much. The surface of the skin is deeply scarred, but underneath the blood continues slow. Lines on the palm, a river running dry, a trench carved deep by holding on too tight. They do not ask for answers or reply, they simply rest beneath the fading light, the quiet record of a heavy load. These hands no longer try to build a wall, they slowly open to the evening air. I let the unseen weightless shadows fall across the empty spaces sitting there. The flesh remembers what the mind forgets. I rub the thumb against the hardened crease, a tactile memory of steel and sweat. The rough terrain has finally found its peace, the heavy sun has finally softly set. The hands fall open on the quiet lap. Lines on the palm, dry, a trench carved deep by holding on too tight. They do not ask for answers or reply. They simply rest beneath the fading light, the open hands that finally let it go. Thickened skin, a quiet map, heavy breath upon the lap. Trying to keep outside the wall? Did you believe the luck would save you all? The iron hinge is eaten by the rain, the padlock heavy with a coat of red. The barrier that stood against the strain now sleeps in pieces on the garden bed. Who held the key so tightly in the cold? Did you protect the house or build a cage? Did keeping others out lock you within? The metal surrenders to the quiet age. The boundary dissolves where leaves begin. I watch the empty threshold standing bare. An open gate that cannot close again. The rust has frozen every moving part. It welcomes in the shadows and the rain. It leaves a quiet entrance to the heart. The heavy iron finally learns to yield. Blows freely through the broken bars. The tall grass swallows up the heavy frame. It stands beneath a roof of silent stars. It has no owner and it has no name. What did you fear would walk across the stone? Did you protect the house or build a cage? Did keeping others out lock you within? The metal surrenders to the quiet age. The boundary dissolves where leaves begin. I watch the empty threshold standing bare. Again, the rust has frozen every moving part. It welcomes in the shadows and the rain. It leaves a quiet entrance to the heart. The heavy iron finally learns to yield. to wait for now. The battles have concluded in the dust. I touch the flaking iron, asking how. The strongest steel surrenders to the rust. No answers come from the forgotten yard. I leave it wide and walk away from God. The borderlines are fading in the dirt. The night is coming down across the yard. There is no longer anything to hurt. The open passage breathes the evening breeze. An open gate that cannot close again. The rust has frozen every moving part. It welcomes in the shadows and the rain. It leaves a quiet entrance to the heart. A quiet welcome to the open space. Rusted lock, broken chain. Welcome wind, welcome rain. Falls are those that make no sound. The heaviest drops just vanish in the ground. The gray descends without a thunder crash. The asphalt slowly turns to darkest black. No lightning strikes, no sudden brilliant flash, just quiet water sliding down the track. The streetlights reflect in the shallow pools. It does not wash away the stubborn dirt. It merely soaks into the porous stone. A gentle touch that somehow seems to hurt. A quiet chill that sinks into the bone. The dry is gone, nothing has been clean. The silent rain is falling in the mind. A deafening quiet pouring from the sky. It covers all the things I left behind. A weeping cloud that never asks me why. The softest touch leaves behind the deepest mark. I stand behind the glass and watch it seep. The cracks are filling with the heavy tears. The city falls into a somber sleep. I drown within the flooding of the years. It rains so softly I can hear my breath. It does not wash away the stubborn dirt. It merely soaks into the porous stone. A gentle touch that somehow seems to hurt. A quiet chill that sinks into the bone. The dry is gone, but nothing has been clean. The silent rain is falling in the mind, a deafening quiet pouring from the sky. It covers all the things I left behind, a weeping cloud that never asks me why. The softest touch leaves behind the deepest mark. Catch the mist inside your hand. It slips right through the fingers to the floor. It leaves a heavy shadow on the land and pulls outside the bottom of the door. The silent flood consumes the quiet night. I do not wipe the window of its blur. The shapes outside belong to yesterday. I sit completely still without a stir, let the silent water have its way. The world is drowning in a drop of dew. The silent rain is falling in the mind, a deafening quiet pouring from the sky. It covers all the things I left behind, weeping cloud that never asks me why. The quiet flood consumes the quiet night. Darkened street, quiet fall, heavy heart takes it all. Rotation finds its heavy end. The iron spoke glides softly to the earth. Center frame, the wooden rim is dragging in the dust. It does not try to feed the dying flame, it gives its weary metal to the rust. The revolutions count their final few. The friction grabs the axle in the dark. The forward motion starts to compromise. The grinding stone no longer throws a spark. The dust settles down before the eyes. The journey simply finishes the line. The slowing wheel against the quiet ground. The heavy gravity reclaims the weight. It turns turns a fraction without any sound and leaves the destination to the fate. The quiet stopping of a spinning world. The tracks behind are buried in the soil. The rut is shallow where the rain has been. The engine gives away its final oil. The silent air consumes the loud machine. I watch the spokes align against the sky. The friction grabs the axle in the dark. The forward motion starts to compromise. The grinding stone no longer throws a spark. The dust settles down before the eyes. The journey simply finishes the line. The slowing wheel against the quiet ground. The heavy gravity reclaims the weight. It turns a fraction without any sound and leaves the destination to the fate. The quiet stopping of a spinning world. There is no push to make it roll again. The incline flattens out into a plane. The wood surrenders to the falling rain. The heavy silence washes out the strain. The motion sleeps within the heavy wood. The final millimeter finds the dirt. The balance settles in the perfect still. There is no sudden crash, no sudden hurt. It rests below the shadow of the hill. The circle finishes its quiet arc. The slowing wheel against the quiet ground. The heavy gravity reclaims the weight. It turns a fraction without any sound and leaves the destination to the fate. The quiet stopping of a spinning world. No more speed, a settled frame, resting wood, a quiet name. Winter came and asked me for a sign. I gave it just a vapor in the wind. The frost is standing silent at the door. It paints the window with a coat of white. It lays a frozen carpet on the floor and drinks the warmth out of the heavy night. I sit and watch the shadows slowly freeze. The lungs draw in the sharp and bitter chill. The chest expands to hold the heavy air. The quiet room remains profoundly still. The silence pulls an empty wooden chair. It sits beside me, waiting for the dawn. A breath in the cold, a cloud of fragile gray. It dances for a second in the gloom. The winter steals the fading mist away and swallows it within the quiet room. A quiet proof of life within the dark. Cold demands a heavy toll to pay. It wraps its icy fingers round the glass. The vapor tries to find another way, but vanishes before the minutes pass. The air is thick with things I cannot say. The lungs draw in the sharp and bitter chill. The chest expands to hold the heavy air. The quiet room remains profoundly still. The silence pulls an empty wooden chair. It sits beside me, waiting for the dawn. A breath in the cold, a cloud of fragile gray. It dances for a second in the gloom. The winter steals the fading mist away and swallows it within the quiet room. A quiet proof of life within the dark. The exhalation forms a fading ghost. It leaves the body like a quiet soul. The winter is a demanding, hungry host. It takes the fragment to complete the whole. I breathe again to feed the empty space. The invisible becomes a cloud of white. A temporary sculpture in the chill. It rises slowly to the fading light and dissipates above the window sill. I sit alone and quietly respire. A breath in the cold, a cloud of fragile gray. It dances for a second in the gloom. The winter steals the fading mist away and swallows it within the quiet room. A quiet proof of life within the dark. Rise and fade, a heavy chest, winter's breath, a quiet rest. The rubs of her paper growing thin. The ink is blurring out into the gray. The leather cover sticks against the palm. The fingertips feel every broken thread. The quiet room maintains a heavy calm. The eyes are squinting at the words they read. The letters merge into a shapeless line. The tongue sits heavy on the lower jaw. The vocal cords refuse to make a sound. The dry mouth swallows without any flaw. The forgotten echoes bury in the ground. The muscles of the throat completely still. Unspoken names lie buried in the page. A cemetery hidden in the hand. The vision blurs beneath the heavy age. The memories collapse like dry sand. The lips remain as heavy as a stone. Index finger traces down the spine. The spine is cracked and bending to the touch. The faded blue begins to intertwine. The optic nerve is straining far too much. The wrist begins to ache from holding on. The tongue sits heavy on the lower jaw. The vocal cords refuse to make a sound. The dry mouth swallows without any flaw. The forgotten echoes bury in the ground. The muscles of the throat completely still. Unspoken names lie buried in the page. A cemetery hidden in the hand. The vision blurs beneath the heavy age. The memories collapse like dry sand. The lips remain as heavy as a stone. The chest exhales a sudden shallow breath. The eyelashes are heavy with the dust. The notebook sleeps a quiet paper death. The binding staples covered in the rust. The hand lets go and drops it blanket on the desk. The pulse is slow beneath the quiet wrist. The eyes look out the window to the street. The mind releases into heavy mist. The weary bones are settling in the seat. The names dissolve into the silent air. Unspoken names lie buried in the page. A cemetery hidden in the hand. The vision blurs beneath a heavy age. The memories collapse like dry sand. The lips remain as heavy as a stone. Fingertips, quiet blur. Closed book, no one to stir. Who is the old man staring from the cup? Why does he never try to look back up? The black surface settles in the mug. A tiny mirror made of bitter bean. It catches shadows from the woven rug. It shows a face that I have rarely seen. Did time carve all those canyons in the cheek? The steam evaporated hours ago. The heat escaped into the hollow room. The reflection trembles very dark and slow. A silent portrait painted in the gloom. When did the shoulders learn to stoop so low? Cold coffee holding up a heavy sky. A pool of ink that swallows up the light. It never asks a single reason why. It merely waits for the approaching night. The dark water reflects a quiet ghost. I rest my elbows on the wooden grain. The liquid trembles from the heavy breath. It feels no sorrow and it feels no pain. A miniature and very quiet death. Why does the silence feel so incredibly vast? The steam evaporated hours ago. The heat escaped into the hollow room. The reflection trembles very dark and slow. A silent portrait painted in the gloom. did the shoulders learn to stoop so low? Cold coffee holding up a heavy sky, a pool of ink that swallows up the light. It never asks a single reason why. It merely waits for the approaching night. The dark water reflects a quiet ghost. I do not drink the dark and bitter cold. I let it sit and watch the hours drain. The story in the liquid has been told. It leaves a faint and circular brown stain. What remains when all the warmth is gone? The ceiling lamp is mirrored in the black, a tiny moon inside a porcelain shell. There is no looking forward, looking back, just sitting quietly beside the well. Does the mirror recognize the weary eyes? Cold coffee holding up a heavy sky, a pool of ink that swallows up the light. It never asks a single reason why. It merely waits for the approaching night. The dark water reflects a quiet ghost, a dark reflection, a quiet stare. The heat is gone, I leave it there. Further the iron travels from my door, the louder the piece resonates on the floor. A low hum vibrates through the window pane, a heavy echo from across the hill. The midnight schedule of the freighted train, it carries cargo to the distant mill. I used to pull that weight across the land. The rhythmic beating of the steel on steel, it fades away into the outer dark. I sit completely still and do not feel the sudden urge to make another mark. The fading noise constructs a quiet room. The distant whistle blows a heavy note. It separates the present from the past. A floating vessel like a ghosted boat. The heavy burdens let me go at last. The sound departs and leaves the silence full. obligation rolls along the track. It belongs to other men with younger hands. The massive engines painted matte and black, they conquer miles of unfamiliar lands. I do not buy a ticket for the ride. The rhythmic beating of the steel on steel, it fades away into the outer dark. I sit completely still and do not feel the sudden urge to make another mark. The fading noise constructs a quiet room. The distant whistle blows a heavy note. It separates the present from the past. A floating vessel like a ghosted boat. The heavy burdens let me go at last. The distance makes the closeness so complete. The engine screams, but only like a sigh, a muted memory of grease and sweat. It travels far beneath the massive sky, without a single shadow of regret. The emptiness is heavy with relief. The vibration leaves the glass and hits the ground. The valley swallows up the final tone. The world is turning without any sound, and I am sitting quietly alone. The absence of the wheel is a heavy weight. The distant whistle blows a heavy note. It separates the present from the past. A floating vessel like a ghosted boat. The heavy burdens let me go at last. The distance makes the closeness so complete. Fading train, quiet night, heavy peace, out of sight. Heel to the toe, and heel to the toe. The wood groans heavy, steady and slow. Seven steps to reach the bedroom door. 7 steps to turn and walk away. The socks are sliding on the oak wood floor. The afternoon is turning into gray. The boards are bending underneath the weight. The dust is rising from the narrow crack. The rhythm settles in the quiet hall. Forward slowly, then slowly coming back. The shadow slides along the painted wall. The metronome of bone and aging wood, pacing the floor in a measured line, drawing a map in the empty air. The texture of the varnish and the pine, walking a path that leads to nowhere there. The quiet friction of the passing hours, the left footsteps upon the squeaking nail. The sound is sharp against the quiet air. The forward motion does not ever fail. It circles round the heavy wooden chair. The gravity is pulling on the heel. The dust is rising from the narrow crack. The rhythm settles in the quiet hall. Forward slowly, then slowly coming back. The shadow slides along the painted wall. The metronome of bone and aging wood, pacing the floor in a measured line, drawing a map in the empty air. The texture of the varnish and the pine, walking a path that leads to nowhere there. The quiet friction of the passing hours. The carpet runner wears a faded path, a flattened line of fiber in the weave. The silent aftermath of ancient wrath, with nothing left to pack and nothing left to leave. The steps continue heavy and mundane. The window throws a square of fading light. The foot steps into it and steps away. The afternoon surrenders to the night. The motion ends the sequence of the day. I stop completely at the final turn, pacing the floor in a measured line, drawing a map in the empty air. The texture of the varnish and the pine, walking a path that leads to nowhere there. The quiet friction of the passing hours. 7 steps, a quiet squeak, steady pace, no need to speak. Approached the weary burning sphere and told the light it has no business here. The golden giant sinks below the line. The heavy mountains swallow up the gold. The shadows stretch and softly intertwine. They wrap the valley in the quiet cold. The horizon pulls the heavy curtain down. The twilight walks across the empty field. It touches every tree with fingers gray. It gently forces all the warmth to yield and sweeps the glowing embers all away. A silent closing of a massive eye. The sunken sun surrenders to the dark. It leaves a faint and glowing purple bruise. It does not try to leave another mark. It rests beneath the heavy evening dews. The sky embraces what the day has lost. The gravity pulls down the final ray. The silence eats the colors in the air. The busy colors softly wash away. The world becomes a heavy wooden chair. The darkness sits and makes itself at home. The twilight walks across the empty field. It touches every tree with fingers gray. It gently forces all the warmth to yield and sweeps the glowing embers all away. A silent closing of a massive eye. The sunken sun surrenders to the dark. It leaves a faint and glowing purple bruise. It does not try to leave another mark. It rests beneath the heavy evening dews. The quiet ending of a burning age. The memories of noon are getting thin. The blistering and unabated heat. The cool and empty evening now begins. The heavy rhythm slows its driving beat. The stars prepare to occupy the void. I watch the fading edge from where I stand. The final sliver vanishes from sight. The time removes the hammer from my hand and guides me gently to the quiet night. The light is gone, but I am not afraid. The sunken sun surrenders to the dark. It leaves a faint and glowing purple bruise. It does not try to leave another mark. It rests beneath the heavy evening dews. The quiet ending of a burning age. Fading gold. A heavy ridge. Quiet night. A crossing bridge. The shoulders rise, the heavy wool descends. The posture changes as the era ends. The wooden hanger takes the heavy form. The broadcloth sags against the wire and wood. It carried me through every winter storm. It stood the ground wherever I had stood. The hollow sleeves are pointing to the floor. My collarbone forgets the pressing weight. The spine aligns without the heavy pull. I walk away and leave it to its fate. A hollow ghost inside the woven wool. The skin feels strange without the heavy shield. The empty coat is hanging in the hall, a silent monument of who I was. It casts a quiet shadow on the wall. It gathers dust without a single cause. The heavy armor left upon the hood. The pockets held the metal keys and coins. The fabric smelled of diesel and of sweat. The weary ache that settled in the joints. The countless places that I can't forget, now hanging limp without a man inside. My collarbone forgets the pressing weight. The spine aligns without the heavy pull. I walk away and leave it to its fate. A hollow ghost inside the woven wool. The skin feels strange without the heavy shield. The empty coat is hanging in the hall, a silent monument of who I was. It casts a quiet shadow on the wall. It gathers dust without a single cause. The shell remains, the core has moved away. I rub the bare and unprotected arm. The room temperature breathes against the skin. There is no longer any false alarm. There is no battle left for me to win. The fabric hangs in absolute repose. I do not need to wear the dark lapel. The rank and title vanish in the weave. The empty garment has no tale to tell. There is no heavy burden left to heave. leave it in the shadows, unadorned. The empty coat is hanging in the hall, a silent monument of who I was. It cast a quiet shadow on the wall. It gathers dust without a single cause. The shell remains, the core has moved away. Hollow sleeves, a naked back, weightless bone, fade to black. What does a tiny ember hope to find within the massive caverns of the mind? The wooden stick is rough against the thumb. The red tip waits for friction in the dark. The heavy hands are growing slightly numb. I strike the paper, summon up the spark. Why do I seek the light when day is done? The yellow flame consumes the tiny wood. It wavers in the breathing of the room. It illuminates exactly where I stood, a fragile beacon fighting off the gloom. Can such a little fire hold the cold? A single match against the heavy night, quiet testament to staying warm. It does not try to be a blinding light. It does not try to conquer any storm. It simply burns until the wood is gone. The ash begins to curl and turn to gray. The fire travels down the fragile spine. It eats the seconds quietly away. A very brief and very subtle line. What did I used to burn when I was young? The yellow flame consumes the tiny wood. It wavers in the breathing of the room. It illuminates exactly where I stood, a fragile beacon fighting off the gloom. Can such a little fire hold the cold? A single match against the heavy night, a quiet testament to staying warm. It does not try to be a blinding light. It does not try to conquer any storm. It simply burns until the wood is gone. I used to set the heavy woods ablaze, I used to throw the timber in the pit, but now I merely watch the quiet phase, the final piece of sulfur being lit. Is this enough to see the journey through? The heat approaches very near the skin. I do not flinch, I do not let it drop. The tiny conflagration burning in, I watch the glowing tip come to a stop. The darkness closes round the fading red. A single match against the heavy night, a quiet testament to staying warm. It does not try to be a blinding light. It does not try to conquer any storm. It simply burns until the wood is gone. Fading spark, a trace of smoke, quiet breath, the fire spoke.
Fall behind is how I take the lead. I drop the oars to find the speed I need. The water pushes gently on the hull. The frantic paddling completely stops. The heavy roar becomes incredibly dull, and peace begins where every anchor drops. I used to fight the river in my youth. The muscles of the arm begin to rest. The tension leaves the shoulder and the spine. The current knows the destination best. It draws a very slow and quiet line, surrendering the wheel to find the way. The quiet current takes the heavy weight. I sink into the surface just to float. I leave the heavy burden to the fate. A passenger inside a drifting boat. The loss of motion moves me down the stream. River banks are passing in a blur. I do not try to memorize the stone. The water carries everything that were, and leaves me softly, peacefully alone. The strongest swimmers often drown in pride. The muscles of the arm begin to rest. The tension leaves the shoulder and the spine. The current knows the destination best. It draws a very slow and quiet line, surrendering the wheel to find the way. The quiet current takes the heavy weight. I sink into the surface just to float. I leave the heavy burden to the fate. A passenger inside a drifting boat. The loss of motion moves me down the stream. There is no waterfall to fear ahead. The river meets the ocean in the end. The map is torn and everything is said. The enemy becomes a quiet friend. I sink down deep to breathe the open air. The evening sun reflects upon the glass. The current shifts from shadow into light. I watch the weeping willows slowly pass, and quietly surrender to the night. The motion is an illusion of the mind. The quiet current takes the heavy weight. I sink into the surface just to float. I leave the heavy burden to the fate. A passenger inside a drifting boat. The loss of motion moves me down the stream. Drifting slow, heavy wood. Current takes what it should.
Heel compresses dirt upon the ground. The wind returns to smooth the heavy mound. The alleyway is narrow and obscure. The pavement holds a layer of the frost. The heavy boots are walking slow and sure. The outline of the tread is quickly lost. The frozen crystal settles in the track. The left foot leaves a hollow in the white. The right foot makes a heavy crunching mark. The snowfall covers everything from sight. Before the afternoon becomes the dark, the path behind is turning into blank. Fading footsteps on the empty stone.
The earth reclaims the pressure of the stride. The quiet street is standing all alone, with nothing left to follow, nothing left to hide. The heavy walking vanishes to dust. The rubber sole is worn across the heel. It does not press as deeply as before. The cold wind has a solitary feel. It blows against the heavy wooden door. The dust blows over every single line. The left foot leaves a hollow in the white. The right foot makes a heavy crunching mark. The snowfall covers everything from sight. Before the afternoon becomes the dark, the path behind is turning into blank. Fading footsteps on the empty stone. The earth reclaims the pressure of the stride. The quiet street is standing all alone, with nothing left to follow, nothing left to hide. The heavy walking vanishes to dust. There is no evidence of passing through. The bricks do not remember who has been. The sky above is turning into blue. The alleyway is washed completely clean. The space ignores the presence of the man. I stop and do not turn my head around. The sequence ends exactly where I stand. The falling snow produces not a sound. It covers up the borders of the land. The final indentation disappears. Fading footsteps on the empty stone. The earth reclaims the pressure of the stride. The quiet street is standing all alone, with nothing left to follow, nothing left to hide. The heavy walking vanishes to dust. Snow falls down, tracks erase, empty road, quiet space. The glass is slightly parted from the frame.
silence enters without any name. The wooden latch is resting on the sill. It does not hold the barrier secure. The evening air is very dark and chill. The wind steps in invisible and pure. It walks across the carpet in the hall. It touches every picture on the shelf. It breathes upon the covers of the bed. It seems to be a shadow of itself, a quiet word that hasn't yet been said. It sits beside me in the empty room. The unlatched window lets the outside in, not as a storm but as a gentle guest. Where does the world conclude and I begin? The wind replies by telling me to rest. A quiet opening to everything. It carries just a rumor of the pine, a heavy scent of damp and fading earth. It does not try to conquer or define. It only measures what the quiet's worth. It brushes past the heavy curtain folds. It touches every picture on the shelf. It breathes upon the covers of the bed. It seems to be a shadow of itself, a quiet word that hasn't yet been said. It sits beside me in the empty room. The unlatched window lets the outside in, not as a storm but as a gentle guest. Where does the world conclude and I begin? The wind replies by telling me to rest. A quiet opening to everything. I do not push the window to a close. I let the cold air mingle with the warm. The boundary dissolves and quietly goes, without a single warning of a storm. The outside world becomes a part of me. The glass remains exactly where it stands, a half an inch of freedom in the night. I fold my weary, unresisting hands and wait until the morning brings the light. The wind and I are breathing in the dark. The unlatched window lets the outside in, not as a storm but as a gentle guest. Where does the world conclude and I
lies by telling me to rest. A quiet opening to everything. Open crack, breathing air, quiet night, sitting there. The cold arrives upon the open cheek. The heavy tongue forgets the way to speak. The eyelashes are heavy with the white. The freezing air is burning in the lung. A silent blanket dropping from the night. The final song has quietly been sung. The joints are stiffening against the chill. The eardrum registers a heavy void, a muted frequency of falling ice. The lingering regrets are all destroyed. The freezing temperature will now suffice. The shivering subsides into a calm. The falling snow consumes the empty space. It buries every corner of the mind. A gentle freezing on a weary face, with every sharp edge softly left behind. The absolute perfection of the blank. The fingertips are losing all their heat. The pulse is slowing to a quiet crawl. The blood is moving heavy in the feet. I lean my shoulder on the wooden wall. The physical surrenders to the numb. The eardrum registers a heavy void, a muted frequency of falling ice. The lingering regrets are all destroyed. The freezing temperature will now suffice. The shivering subsides into a calm. The falling snow consumes the empty space. It buries every corner of the mind. A gentle freezing on a weary face, with every sharp edge softly left behind. The absolute perfection of the blank. Escapes and turns to solid glass. The joy is locked and resting in the cold. I watch the heavy frozen minutes pass. The flesh is weary and the bone is old, but
But inside there is nothing left to fear. The eyelids flutter and begin to close. The weight of winter pressing on the brow. The silent heavy layer softly grows. There is no yesterday, there is no now, just pure sensation fading into white. The falling snow consumes the empty space. It buries every corner of the mind. A gentle freezing on a weary face, with every sharp edge softly left behind. The absolute perfection of the blank. Heavy eyes, quiet ear, freezing skin, nothing here. Did the night erase the things I used to know? Or did it teach the heavy sea to grow? The dawn arrives exactly as it must. It touches down upon the wooden floor. It illuminates the same familiar dust. It slides beneath the bottom of the door. Is this a new beginning or an end? The ceramic cup is sitting on the wood. The dark liquid remains exactly there. The world is resting exactly where it should, beside the shadow of the empty chair. What changed while all the heavy hours passed? Morning returns to claim the quiet room. A circle closing softly in the light. It sweeps away the remnants of the gloom. It makes a truce with the departed night. The quiet culmination of the years. I sit and ask the silence for a name. It offers nothing but the rising sun. The ending and the start are both the same. The marathon is over, walking done. Does a finished story need another word? The ceramic cup is sitting on the wood. The dark liquid remains exactly there. The
world is resting exactly where it should, beside the shadow of the empty chair. What changed while all the heavy hours passed? Morning returns to claim the quiet room, a circle closing softly in the light. It sweeps away the remnants of the gloom. It makes a truce with the departed night, the quiet culmination of the years. The hands are empty, yet the palms are full. The heavy anchor sleeps beneath the sand. The fabric rests without a single pull. The journey finishes exactly where I stand. Did I travel far to find the very start? The cup is cold, but I am finally warm. The sun reveals the lines upon the face, a quiet shelter from the vanished storm, a perfect stillness in the empty space. The cycle turns and brings me back to me. Morning returns to claim the quiet room, a circle closing softly in the light. It sweeps away the remnants of the gloom. It makes a truce with the departed night, the quiet culmination of the years. The sun ascends, the journey's done. The heat has left, yet I am not freezing. I hold the silence that is loudly speaking.